Well, this is where we start. For the private tour, I always suggest we go to Chichen Itza first, beat the heat. We're right outside the entrance, and you can see there's a few souvenir shops as well. But the big pyramids are waiting inside. Let's go. The big pyramid, the big kahuna, El Grande. I'm climbing it. I may not survive, but I'm going to do it for you guys. They're there only because I'm climbing the pyramid. I hope I don't need them. That's where I'm going. I'll see you at the top. I made it, but the rest of me didn't. It's somewhere else. I left it down there somewhere. We're in front of one of the smaller pyramids right now. The importance or the uniqueness of this pyramid is that it has 4 stairwells on each side of the pyramid, and going down the stairwell has been carved into snakes, going down each one, so there's actually 8 snakes. They're not really sure what this pyramid was used for originally, but they do believe it was used right up to the end of the Mayan civilization here in Chichen Itza. This is what's known as the observatory. It's actually called El Caracol, which is a conch, a seashell, because inside the actual site itself there's a spiral staircase. They believe that it was some sort of an observatory to the stars, but like many parts of the ruins here in Chichen Itza, they're really not sure what each was used for. We're now in the south part of Chichen Itza, which is believed these 2 pyramids were the church and a nunnery. As you can see, it's 2 separate buildings. A lot of doorways, a lot of hallways. There's a lot of stucco, the original stucco, a lot of carving still within these pyramids itself. And it's amazing to see actually all the carvings right into the walls of the pyramids. This structure is simply called the Red House because when they first found this building they had freckles of red paint everywhere inside. They believe it has some sort of a religious and public use. You can see by the 3 main doors it has 3 separate rooms inside. This is like many of the ruins here in Chichen Itza where you cannot climb up inside, but you can see it's in still very, very good condition. We're in the Mayan ball court. The far end of the ball court is one of the structures where people would watch the games. We'll pan to the side and you'll actually see the rings, which are some 20-30 feet above the ground. It is thought that using the hip wasn't the only way to get the ball through the rings due to the height of these rings. It's generally known that the ball game in Mayan times, people used the hips to get the ball through the hole, the ring. But again, as you can see, it's very, very high off the ground. Above is the Mayan skybox seat. It's thought that that's where the royalty would sit to actually watch the games. This is the platform. Why is it the platform? Well, if you see the carvings of the heads on the side of the wall, this is where they would display their enemies or their sacrificed prisoners, their skulls. They cut them off and put their heads on display. Now that I think about it, maybe I should go back and buy some of those handcrafts from those Mayans. This pyramid is the platform of the eagles and the jaguars. You can actually see carvings right inside of the pyramid, or on the sides of them. They think that this pyramid is somewhere around 900 to 1200 AD. You'll find many people selling handcrafts here within Chichen Itza, and actually you see one guy actually making them right in front of our own eyes. We're in front of the large cenote here in Chichen Itza. We're roped off. There's no way to get down because there's no way to get up from what we can figure out. A friend of mine, Juventino, grew up miles from here, and he says he used to jump in and out of the cenote when they were kids. Okay, take a video of him. You notice when the guide is clapping his hands, there's a huge echo, and it's never been figured out, at least to my knowledge, how it was built to get that echo. We're in front of one of the ruins known as the 1,000 Columns. I'm not about to go count all the columns, so we're going to take their word. But rumor has it there's less than 1,000.
You've just seen a little bit on our video of what Chichen Itza has to offer inside, but there's a lot more we never showed you. And you know why? Because you're just going to have to come down here and explore it with your own eyes. Our private tours allow you to spend 1 hour inside the ruins or up to 4. It's totally up to you. You get to go at your own pace, see what you want to see, do what you want to do. Well, that's it for Chichen Itza. Now we're off to one of my favorite places around the area, and that's called Cenote Iquil.
Now in the town of Chichen Itza, there's many little restaurants, little stores, shops, souvenirs, small hotels, even if you want to stay the night. Palapas, guys cooking chicken. This is something that you really don't get to see on the public tours, because on the private tour, if you actually see something that you like, you just tell our driver to stop and you stop.